7:12 the time. Good morning. My name is Bob Schmidt. 51 degrees the temperature. I'm happy. My friend Holly Traffis in the studio with me this morning until 8 o'clock. We're talking about all kinds of things. I basically asked you to come out here just so I could see you again. I haven't seen you in a while. Last time I saw you, you were here about a year ago. Was it a year ago?
I think
6 months ago?
Why do I think it was Valentine's Day?
Oh, okay. So it was February when I saw you last. We were talking about romance and things like that.
Yes.
Things will, lighten up the bedroom and whatnot.
Well, when the two of us get in the room together, I mean, we're going to talk about romance.
We're going to talk about all kinds of things.
Absolutely.
Because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
But I've known Holly for years. We used to work together at different radio stations, but in the same building years ago. But I knew you before that. And, I've just kind of known you on and off, for a long time. You're a writer. You're a radio personality. You're a comedian. You do all kinds of things.
I'm a grandma.
You're a grandma?
Yeah.
It's funny. A lot of my friends are becoming grandparents, and it's funny. A lot of my friends that are grandparents now are younger than I am.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, is weird because I'm at the point now where my kids are, they can deal with their own stuff and whatever. And my oldest is 19, and I have a 16-year-old and 12-year-old twins.
They're on autopilot now.
They are. They just kind of do their own thing. And I know that eventually it'll be a rocky road and things will start to change. I get that, but it's funny to look at my friends that are younger than me that are grandparents that have kids that are a little bit older than my kids, and
Even weirder than that, we have friends.
You're a great grandparent.
I didn't want to say. Todd and I are 49, and we have people that we graduated with who are just now having kids. Can you imagine?
No, I could not. At every age that my kids get to, I'm glad that they've past that wrong.
Right.
When my kids were babies, I love little babies.
Right.
But as my kids have ratcheted past those ages, I now like the age where they are is a good age. Anything younger than that is different. But then as a grandparent, then you have to start that all over. Then it's a big cyclical loop, right?
Yeah, but you can give them back.
Oh.
At the end of the day.
Okay.
My granddaughter is 15 months old, and I'll babysit for 2-3 hours. I'm exhausted.
Really?
Exhausted.
2 or 3, and you did that for how many? For 20 years.
Yeah, I was a stay-at-home mom, and my boys are 22 months apart.
Huh.
Yeah, no problem. I was a ninja mom.
Yeah.
I had it handled, but
and
now
just 3 hours of babysitting grandma style.
Yes,
it's totally different.
And then mommy has to go home and have a big girl drink after that.
My big girl drink nowadays is just water and coffee. It sucks getting old.
Oh man. What happened? Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
I guess. It's first thing you said when you walked in here was what?
You've got this giant gray orb. It's one of those core ball things, right?
Stability ball. Yeah.
Stability ball. Wow.
And it's a man size. It's for people like 6'2" and taller. Well,
okay.
I just had my health assessment yesterday. It's supposed to be at 5 o'clock in the morning. Didn't have it until after 11. So I fasted for a lot of hours. Being a big boy, that's not good.
No.
But anyway, I used to be 6'2". They measured me at 6 foot yesterday. So I've lost 2 inches of height. I have no idea where it went. I'm thinking it's from sitting on that ball.
Well, you got to take the bricks off your head. That's the problem. You're squishing yourself.
I'm getting old and I'm getting shorter. It's not a good thing. But anyway, so I've been working the core.
Yeah,
I got
working the core. Listen to you, like a gym rat.
But did you see? I was able to kneel on it and balance.
I was impressed.
Being a big boy and being able to do that.
Yeah,
not too shabby.
You're nimble, dude.
I've actually done a whole interview while doing that. I don't mind getting on the thing, but trying to get off this big ball in this little space, sometimes I'm afraid I'm going to knock something out like myself.
Well, that's me. I mean, getting down on the floor to pick something up is fine.
Yeah.
It's the getting up part. Sometimes I just think, leave it. Wait till the kids come over; they'll pick it up.
Unless it's the remote.
Unless it's the remote.
I hate because now it's getting a little bit cooler in the house, and so you got a blanket on, right? Now listen to me. Listen to this here.
Okay.
You got a blanket on. You're watching TV. You're kicked back in your recliner. The remote is sitting there on your blanket.
Yeah.
And you're feeling a little bit warm, so you flip the blanket off. The remote goes whoosh, and lands on the floor.
Yeah.
Is that a point where you call the kids in? You teach your dog how to go get it? You grab something and try to fling it toward you, so that way you don't have to get out of the chair. Do you get up and get it?
If you can't pull it towards you with some sort of object, then you watch what's on TV. You're stuck with it. Dancing with the Stars, I don't care what it is. You're watching it until it's over.
No,
Or until
see,
someone comes in the room.
On that point, it'd be like, Dad, I don't think I'm going to watch that show. That's when you grab the magazine or book and start reading.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not the only person that does that. I just wanted to,
No.
because sometimes I really think, I'm like, God, what the hell? What happened? Have I become that lazy that I won't get up to pick up the the remote that fell right there? Or if the phone rings?
Yeah.
If there's not a phone near me, if the phone rings,
Meh.
let it go to voicemail.
Let it go to voicemail.
And you know what? Nowadays, we never get calls for us anyway. It's
No.
all automated. This is Susie. Your account has been shut up.
Right. There's no problem with your account.
Yeah.
We're just calling today to let you know you can lower your interest
Whatever.
rate.
Just go. Leave me alone. The phone calls aren't even phone calls. They're automated blah.
Right.
Anyway, so welcome to the studio. Now that I've got that off my chest, I feel a lot better.
Welcome to Random Train of Thought Theater.
With
every day. Bob and Holly.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day it happens.
Yeah.
That's what my show's all about. It's just about random thoughts of nothingness.
I love that about you.
Somebody once told me, he goes, yeah, I like to, I forgot how he put it. He said something about listening to you ramble. It's like a break for my brain or something.
And yours too, Bob.
And it makes me laugh. The guy said that the other day. I wish I'd remembered what he said because it was really funny. So you've got an event coming up here,
Yeah.
a Meet the Author event. So as the author, are you Holly Travis? Are you Gabrielle Holly? Are you?
Well, locally, I'm Holly Travis.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
But as the
author of steamy romance, I'm Gabrielle Holly.
Exotica.
Yeah, the folks over at the Wine Guys have invited me to be the guest author for their first ever Meet the Author event.
Really?
Yeah, so it's gonna be cool this Saturday.
Wow. So what does that entail? What does that mean?
I
Get a chance to meet you. I'm not going to go. I've already met you.
That's true, but
Not impressed. I mean, I am very impressed. What I meant to say. Very impressed.
Watch it.
Very impressed.
There's a chance to win a great prize package.
Okay.
So yeah,
Do you even know what the prize package is, or do you just say that just because you could win like 4 rolls of toilet paper and?
No, it's a great prize package. Folks at the Wine Guys have put together 2 bottles of 50 Shades of Grey wine.
Okay.
How-
so it equals.
how
Why don't we just call it
appropriate.
100 shades? If it's 2 bottles.
2 bottles.
It's
would
100
that
shades.
would be.
100 shades of gray.
You're like a math wizard.
Today.
Yeah.
It's the core working.
It's working your brain as well.
It's working the brain as well.
Awesome. $20 Amazon gift certificate and a Kindle copy of my new book.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So you can read the book on your Kindle, drinking wine.
Oh, and a pedicure kit too, a home pedicure kit. So you can do all. You can multitask.
If you talk your kids into giving you a pedicure.
Well, if you're reading the mommy books, I'm thinking you should probably have your significant other do your pedicure.
Okay.
Well,
I love a pedicure. You know, is that wrong?
No.
I love to get a pedicure.
Are you kidding?
No, I love it.
I love it too.
I've actually seen where they have. I wish they had this locally, where the piranha eat the things off your.
They're not piranha, Bob. They're goldfish. If they were piranha, you wouldn't ever have to have a pedicure again.
Oh, I thought it was piranha that's going in there and
They
just like.
they wouldn't stop at the calluses, sweetheart. They would take you all the way down to the bone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well here.
Don't.
Well, I'm glad that I didn't go buy some piranha then and do that myself.
Before you leave the house, you really should call me and make sure that you're going to be
I do,
safe.
but you have caller ID. You don't answer the phone.
That's true.
Because you can't find the phone because you're sitting on the chair with your
With the blanket.
and your remote sitting right there, and the phone's over there, and you don't want to go get it. We've tried. We've been down this road before.
Happens every time.
Every single time. Yeah. Holly Travis. So what books have you written lately?
Newest one is Holding Out for a Hero.
Okay.
It's a kind of a dreamy romantic comedy. It's about a woman who
holds out for a hero.
Holds out for a hero, man. She is into romance novels. She's addicted to them. She loves these heroes, and she's trying to find a man who can live up to this hero. Well, she's lusting after her upstairs neighbor, ex-pro football player, and she imagines him in all of these different roles as like a stagecoach bandit and a Scottish lord and a Viking warrior. So she has all these fantasies about him. And the question is, will she ever find out if the real man lives up to the fantasy? It's a romantic comedy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Have you ever wanted one of your books to be made into a play?
A movie would be nice.
There's way more money in movies, Bob, than
There's
there is in
way
plays.
more Yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Anybody ever talk to you about it? Anybody ever said you
No,
know
but
what?
have your people call my people.
I don't have any people.
I don't either.
You know what?
I have the dog.
It's funny. I have a voicemail. If you call here, you get my voicemail, and I'll answer it tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah.
Whatever. If I can find the phone, I'll call you back. it works that way.
If it's not by the remote.
If it's not by the remote. If it's not sitting on my blanket, if I didn't go like this and flick the thing off, it would be okay. We'll be back with more conversation with Holly Traffis in just a couple minutes. Meet the Author event coming up on Saturday at the Wine Guys. A chance for you to win 100 Shades of Grey. Well, 2 bottles of 50 Shades of Grey wine, a Kindle book app, whatever. A lot of stuff. We'll talk with Holly in just a couple minutes here on Today's Talk. 7:27, 51 degrees. We'll be checking in with Bill Grawl in about 8 or 9 minutes from right now, finding out about the forecast for the rest of the week and giving him kudos for the nice forecast for the day. Holly Traffis joining me this morning. Holly is a local author. Goes by the, is it pseudonym or pen name? Or
Either one works.
Either one works, of Gabrielle Holly.
Right.
And so as a writer, you're probably not used to getting up at, being somewhere by 7 o'clock in the morning.
No, I would only do this for you. Although, I used to do it. I used to wake up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock to do radio.
That's what I get up at 4 o'clock every day.
Oh.
Well, 4:05. I get up at 4:05.
I miss doing radio. Do not miss the early mornings.
I know. And well, how long did you do radio?
2.5 years. Yeah.
And it's a fun job, isn't it? I mean, it beats working. It's a creative outlet a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I like doing this kind of radio better than music radio.
I liked music radio, but I like talking. So,
Really?
yeah. And I especially like the team thing. I don't know if I could do what you do, for example, where you carry an entire show for hours every day. I mean,
well, I usually carry it in a bag, and
Do
it's,
ya?
the bag is right there in the garbage can, so most of it is, like that. But, it sometimes it's hard to come up with things to talk about, especially when people don't engage on the phone.
Right.
But you just learn to kind of muddle through it and just start talking. And, as through improv,
Right.
you start to take something and just make it into something else.
Well, that's writing too. You take a little germ, a little bit of an idea, and then expand it.
Well, we'll have to take a break here in a second, but
Yeah.
let's talk about the process of writing.
Sure.
How do you come up with the idea to write a story about the ex-football player that lives upstairs that's in this fantasy world?
Right.
How do you come up with that? I mean, do you live those fantasies?
Oh, I have a very rich fantasy life.
Do you?
I never leave the house.
Oh, okay.
But it's all in my noggin.
Okay. Well, I thought maybe your lucky husband. Woo!
Woo! Well, he is my crash test dummy. I'm like, would it work if I wrote? No, that doesn't. Yeah, logistically, that doesn't work. We'll have to edit that.
Holly Traffis, our guest this morning here on Today's Talk 1490. A Meet the Author event coming up this Saturday from 4 to 6 at the Wine Guys. Chance for you to win some really cool things and to meet Holly. Wine Guys this Saturday. We'll continue talking with Holly in just a few minutes here on Today's Talk 1490. Oh, jeez. I was expecting Bill to jump on, give the forecast, and nothing. I was waiting there. You did nothing, Bill. You're like left me hanging in the dark. What?
We're doing a photo shoot here.
We are.
I'm going to give
Wait,
okay,
here,
give me
all right.
sexy.
Okay.
Give me radio god.
There we go.
Love it.
Bill, are you even going to talk? You're laughed in the background. Are you there? Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Hi, Bill.
I was just extending the leave you hanging part, since you blamed me for not talking before.
I got it. Hey, I just wanted to give you kudos on the weather yesterday. I hear I was going to be nice to you, tell you that, great forecast yesterday. I got the mowing done. I did some weed eating. I got one of these weed eaters. I got a new weed eater for Father's Day this year.
Nice.
And
electric or a gas?
No, gas.
Okay.
And to start the thing, Bill, I don't know if you have these issues at your house or not, but it says easy start. I call BS on that because it's not an easy start. I've got like carpal tunnel now in my elbow from trying to pull that thing to start. My one arm is bigger than the other one now. I feel like I'm a little lopsided from trying to pull this thing started. Finally get it started. The thing's going. I got it. You got to start it off at number 1. Pump it like 10 times. Pull it 3 times. Put it to number 2. Pump it 3 times. Pull the little lever. That's not. How the hell is that easy at all? Anyway, so pulling the thing. Getting it going. I got it on 2, and it's starting to go. It says leave it run for 30 to 40 seconds, and then flip it to number 1. So I let it run 30 to 40 seconds. Flip it to number 1, and it dies. Then it's back to the number 2, and back to. It's like, oh my god.
That sounds like an ordeal. Yeah, that's why with the weed eater, I just go with those. I basically it's like on a battery charger. So
I had one of those and it worked for like 3 times, and then it stopped working, and it was out of the warranty of the 60 days or whatever.
It's like mine has been the opposite. I've had it for like 8 or 9 years now, and it's worked like a charm. It was one of my best purchases ever. But
my name's Bill Grawl.
Well, I was going to say it sounds like a trend with you, Bob. Maybe it's not the tools. It's
maybe
the
it's
man.
the operator.
Maybe it's operator error.
No, wait.
That's what I was thinking.
Who invited you, Holly? Anyway,
you.
I didn't invite you to give me a hard time. We're supposed to give Bill a hard time.
Oh, but did you see the weather this morning? Oh, that sunrise. Are you kidding? Sitting out looking at the Black River. I saw a heron wading around in the river. It was beautiful. Nice work, Bill.
Yeah, thank you. That's the thing about some of these clouds.
Can I just say something? In my neighborhood, I saw heroin in my neighborhood. Anyway.
Oh boy.
So
yeah, no.
Anyway.
Back to that's a nice thing about cloud cover during sunrises and sunsets is you tend to get some nice colors. Of course, as long as the cloud cover is not too thick, but especially when we get these high and mid-level clouds, it usually makes for some really nice colors. The other good thing about this batch of clouds rolling through this morning is it really prevented widespread fog formation like we saw yesterday morning in the River Valley. So there's been a little bit of fog this morning in the Wisconsin River Valley, maybe the Kickapoo River Valley, but even that is starting to kind of mix out and lift a little bit earlier than, say, yesterday morning because of this cloud cover rolling through. So kind of a positive spin to this cloud cover that you see outside right now.
It is a nice start to the day. My son texted me this morning saying that this kind of weather, doesn't it make you tired, Dad? And I'm like, no, this is my favorite time of the year.
You know, I'm trying to wax poetic about the beautiful sunrise, and here comes Mr. Wizard Bill talking about the cloud cover and the... It's all right, Bill.
Hey, I just do what I do.
You be you, Bill.
I try to relate everything to weather. In fact, my wife gets sick of that sometimes. You know, it seems more often than not I try to put some sort of weather spin on things. So she's heard it all. You know, since I've been doing this for about 16 years now.
So do you say go 212 the water? Is it boiling at 212?
No, I'm not that dorky.
No, he says 100 degrees. He's on Celsius.
Okay. Hey, will you go get me some 32? Little ice. Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. See, you started it. You started it.
You did with the silence, Bill.
You did.
He really has a point.
Well, no, because normally, he comes out and talks to me right away. He knows that I don't say a forecast then, and then suddenly he blames me like I was supposed to give a forecast right off the top there, and so he started. I was just kind of adding to kind of paying him back right away there. So.
Have we had a forecast yet?
No, Bob usually doesn't let me give a forecast because he just likes to shoot the breeze here for about 10 minutes. Breeze, just breeze, weather-related breeze. So.
Well, I'm interested, Bill. What's it going to be like today?
Hey, Bill, can I say you're my little ray of light, little sunshine?
Oh boy!
Oh,
don't rain on my parade, Bill. Don't rain on my parade.
See what I have to put up with every day?
I don't know how you do it.
Back to that forecast, which Bob never seems to care about, but we will have some clouds this morning. More and more sunshine as the day progresses. In fact, this afternoon should be nice. We should see a mix of sun and clouds, and that should help temperatures warm into the upper 60s and low 70s. So similar to, if not a couple of degrees warmer than yesterday when we hit a high of 69. And then tonight, mostly clear. Some fog possible late again, especially in the valleys. Lows around 48. And then tomorrow, partly sunny and a little bit cooler. A little cold front's going to try to back its way in from the northeast. Don't think it's going to cause any precipitation, but highs tomorrow back in the upper 60s. And then it gets warm and even a bit humid as we head into Friday and Saturday on some strong southerly breezes. Mid-70s for highs on Friday. Upper 70s on Saturday, but of course with that will come at least a slight chance for some showers and thunderstorms. It looks like the highest chances will be Friday night into Saturday. And believe it or not, some of this moisture around here on Friday and Saturday will be leftovers from what is now Tropical Storm Odile. I don't know if you've been hearing about that impacted Cabo the other day, and now it's causing some flooding rains in parts of Arizona and New Mexico and West Texas. So some of that moisture actually will get ingested all the way into a system that's going to track into our area come Friday and Saturday. So kind of a strange turn of events, and that could cause some pockets of heavy rain around here, as I mentioned, Friday night into part of Saturday.
Will it rain on my parade on Saturday? How about on Sunday for the King Apple Parade?
Yeah, Sunday still looks good. It still looks dry. Looks like the rain will get out of here sometime late Saturday night or very early Sunday. So I have us dry for the Big Apple Fest Parade on Sunday afternoon. Partly sunny, still a bit breezy, but still pretty mild with highs right around 70 degrees.
Holly, you have anything for Bill?
Yeah, a free Kindle copy of my latest release, Holding Out for a Hero. How's that?
Would you like a copy
just a plug.
A copy of a book? Would you like a copy of her book?
Sure, that sounds great.
Do you know how to read?
I do. I'm not a huge reader, but boy, my wife is a huge reader.
Yeah,
so.
this is probably more a Mrs. Grawl speed type of thing. It's
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, she would probably love that.
If it was a picture book, Bill, you and I could enjoy it, but it's not. So
No illustrations, boys. I'm sorry.
Oh, bummer.
Gosh darn it. What do we have for a current temperature, Bill?
50 degrees with a mostly cloudy sky, but again, I think we'll see more and more sunshine as we head into this afternoon, especially, and overall another very pleasant day.
Very good. Bill Grawl from News 8 joins us every weekday morning here on Today's Talk, 1490, 7:44 the time. We'll be back with more from Gabrielle Holly, Holly Travis, in just a couple of minutes here on Today's Talk, 1490. 7:48 the time. We have 51 degrees the temp. My name is Bob Schmidt. 72 later on this afternoon. Holly Travis, friend of mine, joining me in the studio this morning. Holly is the first of the Meet the Author events going on down at the Wine Guys. Next to Piggy's, across from the Pump House. You know where it is. You know where the Wine Guys is, right? Do you even have an address on here? I was going to try to be smart and come up with the address, but I don't see it.
122 King Street.
I was going to say, isn't it 122 King Street? As I look down and try
You were
to
just going to say that?
I was, because I saw it right at the time when he pointed to it, but at the Wine Guys. You'll be there from 4 to 6 on Saturday, giving away some stuff, too, like 2 bottles of 50 Shades of Grey wine.
Yep.
A $20 certificate to Amazon.
Yep.
And a Kindle copy of your book. You're giving all that stuff away.
And a pedicure kit, a Burt's Bees pedicure kit.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome. A little pamper basket.
Exactly. Well, it's nothing wrong with being pampered.
I agree.
Especially as a baby, using a pamper. Never mind. So I wanted to say that you have been writing for a while now.
Yeah.
And one of the characters in your book's name is Bob Schmidt.
Yes, at my dear friend's request. What'd you say? You said, write me into a book.
I said, put me into a book. And so I read it.
Yeah.
And it was not me. It was like my name.
No, it was only your name.
It was only my name. It
Yeah.
was like not me, though. It was like a metrosexual, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, gets manicures
Yeah.
and.
Well, I do get a pedicure. Not a I've never had a manicure, but I get pedicures. I like those.
Yeah, I do too.
A lot of it is because I can't bend down and do it.
Well, you can now that you're on your core ball workout and
Exactly.
your whatever else you're
Exactly.
doing. You
But
look
yeah.
fantastic, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate
Always
that.
handsome.
I know I'm blushing. I really don't know what
I
to
know.
say.
I was working on it. We're how far into the show here? We're 50 minutes into the show, and I
Yeah.
just now get you to blush.
Yeah. I don't. Did I ever tell you about the first? Because I don't really blush very often.
Yeah.
I was riding my bicycle when I was a kid. I was a senior in high school, and we were riding our bicycle on Hennepin Avenue in Minneapolis. Not in that district part. We were just riding our bikes. My buddies and I. Cause I grew up in the Twin Cities. We were riding our bikes.
Me too.
Somewhere. I don't remember where we were going, but we were on Hennepin, and I was a senior in high school, riding my bike, and these girls pull up in a car next to us when we're on our bikes, me and my buddy, and we're thinking, oh yeah, some girls, yeah, what? And I was wearing sweats, and apparently when you're bending over, because back on the 10 speeds,
Oh yeah.
curl thing.
Yeah.
And these girls unroll the window. They're like, "Excuse me, sir," and we're like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Your ass is showing." They start laughing. They take off in their car. My face turns beet red, and I didn't know what to say. And that was the very first time that I remember blushing.
Really?
Yeah.
At that age?
At that age.
Wow.
And that was a story that's, it's been 35 years and I still remember it. Or 30 years and I still remember that.
Was the bike a Blue Schwinn Varsity 10-speed?
It was.
Because that's what we all had.
It probably was.
Yeah.
But it had it had the old curve.
Yeah, curled under.
Yeah.
I never understood that.
I don't either, because those are way uncomfortable. Now you see
Terrible.
all these. I'd like to get one of the big ones like this with the banana seat like we used to have.
Oh, yeah.
And, a big person bike. I'd like to have a banana seat, big person bike, and little frilly things coming off the.
Yeah, the streamers for sure.
That would be, and put like baseball cards.
Yep.
So I'd have my motorcycle again.
Yeah, you'd put the not paper clips, the clothespins.
Clothespins, yeah.
Yeah, on the guards.
Yeah. So how do you come up with ideas for your books? Is this an idea for a book now? You're gonna talk about the time when you got.
Maybe radio. I think radio would be a good one because I have a lot of stories. I'd have to change the names to protect the not so innocent.
The not so innocent.
Yeah, but there's a lot of ideas. And I've kind of kicked that around a little bit. I think, everything I've done to this point, I've got 8 books out and they're all kind of very racy romances. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking I'm going to branch out a little bit. I think I'm going to do more of a romantic comedy that's a little less steamy. Mm-hmm. I've got one that I'm working on now set in the late 50s suburbs. But maybe a radio.
Who reads your books?
Women mostly.
Okay.
Yeah, the demographic is mostly women.
All right, because I know
my age, anywhere really from probably late 20s to mid 50s.
Okay.
So that's my age, and that's all I'm saying.
You already said your age earlier, 49.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
See, I'm paid attention.
You're like a steel trap, that noggin is.
It's for some things.
Yeah.
Not for a lot of the. Like if I get a list of grocery items.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause I'll forget it. I mean, or like, the other day we were at the pump house.
Yeah.
And I had to get beers for a bunch of people. Walk down, and I'm down there, and I forgot what I had to get, so I just got what I wanted and brought them back up there, and everybody drank them. So
Yeah, they're going to drink them. Hard lacrosse, is that what you were
we went
saying?
to Hard Lacrosse.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love those guys.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, they're good troop.
Yes, they are. So back to the
Yes.
whole story thing, though. You've written 8 books.
Yeah.
You've had a publisher for all of them. You self-published your latest book.
Yeah.
What's the difference between having a publisher and publishing yourself?
Well, I actually have had 3 publishers, 3 different publishers, 2 in the U.S. and 1 in London. I went with real publishers, in quotes, because I always had a bias against self-publishing, because really kind of any monkey with a computer and an internet connection can self-publish a book.
Well, I do every day.
Yeah, do you?
Publish my stuff every day. Well, on Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook. So there's a lot of junk out there, and stuff gets kind of lost in the shuffle. So by going first with a real publisher, you kind of have, well, like you can see my covers. I've got nice covers done by a professional art department.
How'd you get my picture?
I know. I love that you posed for this Viking one, your 6-pack, just the way it catches the light. It's fantastic.
6-pack of bottles.
And your flowing hair, it's you. So they have a professional art department, designers that put the covers together for you. They've got, an administration staff. They have a promotion staff. So they have all of those resources that you wouldn't have on your own. Plus, it gets your name out there. I've talked to some author friends of mine. They said, if you're going to self-publish, be sure to get a real publisher first, get a following, get a fan base, and then self-publish. So I had one book that wasn't doing very well with my Ohio publisher.
Was that the Bob Schmidt book?
No, that one did well.
Okay.
That was a paranormal romance.
Okay.
But surprise with Bob Schmidt. But this romantic comedy wasn't doing well. I got the rights back to it, rewrote it, retitled it, made it a new cover for it, and then self-published it on Amazon, and it's doing really well.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't think if I had gone the other way around, if I had tried to self-publish first, I don't think it would have done as well. Because I learned a lot along the way, too.
When you self-publish, you get to keep all the money yourself then?
70%.
So who does the 30% go to?
Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you're self-publishing,
Yeah.
are all of your books like PDF or computerized files, or do you have a book copy of the
They're
book?
Kindle books.
Okay.
Yeah, I think people can print them out if they want to, or even read them on their computer screen.
Okay.
So with a Kindle app, I should know that.
Right. Well, you should.
Yeah, I should.
I am a book. I like a newspaper. I like a newspaper like a newspaper. I like a book
something
as a
physical.
book.
Yep.
I mean, I'll do a lot of, if I want to do a quick research thing, I'll find it on the internet and read the page.
Yeah.
But if it comes to a book, I'm an old school person when it
Yeah.
comes to things like that. Do you find is that why your audience is between 22 and early 50s, is because that's about the age group where they're into using Kindles and iPads and blah, blah, blah?
Yeah, I think that might be it. Although my husband is just like you. He wants to have a hard copy book, newspaper, whatever. But I just downloaded a book for him on my Kindle, that Charles Krauthammer's new book. And he loves it.
Really?
Yeah, he loves it.
See, I just like the turning of the page. I
Yeah,
like the feel of the
it
page
is.
in my book or on my hands.
Hey, that sensual experience, yeah.
And it kind of is. But I've got friends that go both ways. Like Terry Schlickenmeyer, she likes a book. She's got the Kindle and she's got all the apps, but she prefers a book also, and she reads for a living.
Yes, she does.
So, would you ever think about publishing your books as books?
Yeah, and sometimes with the publishers, they will take a book that's done really, really well in Kindle edition, and they will put out a limited paperback edition.
Okay.
So I haven't gotten to that level yet.
Well, if you do, I'd like a copy of your book just to hey, this is a friend of mine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you write? Oh, so you write under? Why the name Gabrielle Holly?
When I published my first book, 2.5 years ago or whatever it was, my youngest son was still in high school, and he's private. I'm a very private person, believe it or not, even though I've had very public jobs. And I really wasn't looking for recognition of myself. So it's kind of like that little veil between me and my work.
Okay.
So yeah.
But locally, you just don't care.
Yeah, locally, I mean,
Oh,
cat's out of the bag. It is what it is. Yeah,
Right.
cat's out of the bag.
Okay.
Because, we're in a small town, and if I tell one friend,
Then everybody knows anyway.
Everybody
Hey, put it on
knows.
Facebook. Is this what you do for a living?
yeah.
So
Yeah,
you-
well, this and I do advertising, copywriting.
Okay.
So-
I think I've seen your picture on the Cooley Bank website.
Oh, yeah. I did a copy for their, their identity theft protection thing.
Okay. Yeah, because I like a lot of people had your masks, and I'm like, I want a Holly mask.
Yeah, and it was, it was just Photoshop magic.
Oh man! So here I was like all bummed. I was expecting you to come in with like a case of those extra masks that that nobody wanted.
I'll print one up for you.
Halloween's coming up. I figure we could all go as Holly Traffis.
Wow, Scary.
That could be your next paranormal book. So
Like doppelgangers everywhere. Very cool idea.
so here all these Hollies walking toward us. Ah!
Eek, run.
Where do we find your books?
Well, you can go to my website, www.gabrielleholly.com, or you can find them on Amazon, All Romance ebooks, Barnes and Noble.
Can you find you under Holly Traffis, or do you have to look under?
You have to look under my. You have to look under my pen
You
name.
still do your chocolate soiree?
No, I haven't. I haven't really done that for a while. That's another thing I do want to do is get my humor columns together. I've got
You got to be funny first.
I've got, I've got like 500 of them.
500 what?
Humor columns. Put them together in a book.
Really?
But it's
Well, you could publish that.
yeah, I know. It's just such a chore.
I know. Well, I've got 843 daily dose of BSs.
Yeah.
None of them make any sense. I write the way I talk. Nobody wants to listen to me talk. Why would they want to read my writing? It's one of those. It's
The first step, Bob.
You know what I'd
first
like
step.
to do? I'd actually like to take my daily dose of BSs and make them into a book form and make 4 copies, give one to each of my kids. This is what Dad thinks. Deal with it.
Cool idea.
And then that way they'll have it forever.
Yeah.
But they won't appreciate it till they get older, till they get to be our age, and they'll go back like, oh, what was Dad thinking?
Dad wasn't as stupid as we thought.
Or he was way stupider than we
Or-
thought. GabrielleHolly.com. You can meet the author this Saturday, the 20th from 4 to 6 at the Wine Guys, 122 King Street in La Crosse. Holly, thank you so much for coming in, talking with us, BS, and I appreciate it. GabrielleHolly.com.
Always good to see you.
It's always great to be seen.